Welcome to Wellbeing Wednesdays with Harvinder Narula. Let me introduce to you our special guest today. She is someone who's an exceptional motivational speaker. She's someone who possesses the remarkable ability to captivate audiences. She is attracting individuals from all walks of life to the Yoga Institute. She is none other than Hansaji Yogendra. With a gift of effective communication, she effortlessly imparts profound essence of yoga philosophy using accessible language and relatable real-life experiences. In addition to being a renowned speaker, Hansaji is a talented life coach and she is a dedicated teacher providing practical yogic counseling to empower individuals to overcome their life's challenges. Let us delve deeper into the inspiring journey and insights of Hansaji Yogendra. Hansaji, welcome to BW Wellbeing World. Thank you so much for accepting to be on our program.
It's my pleasure. Go ahead. Yes.
Hansaji, before I get into my questions, my first thing that I really wish to know is that, you transition in the field of yoga despite having a law degree from the Government Law College in Mumbai. ये transition कैसे हुई?
Okay. Well, we believed, my father was very much clear that first 25 years of your life, you are supposed to study. And study means education in colleges and all that. And it happened. It just changed my life. Right from my childhood, I have been following yoga because my father has learned from the same institute, the Yoga Institute, from founder when he started this. So after learning within 3 years, then I was a 3-year-old and he would make me to sit in Padmasana, or child can't sit, but in Sukhasana, and come on, touch your head to the knee, and all those stuffs he used to make me to do. And then close your eyes and don't open it. So all such stuff. So in childhood, I had that impression, but then that went away. Then I was very much into the normal field, colleges and all that, and I was learning classical singing and everything. My life was quite holistic. So then it happened that 25 years till you are supposed to study. Now science, I didn't want to pursue further because I used to get sick very often with my chemistry lab. The chemistry smell was creating problem. MBBS, there also the chloroform smell was creating problem. Now what to study? So here was law. So because my elder brother was in law, so I went to Government Law College. And this is how I went. But it helped to see no effort is waste. That really helped. One very strong impression I got when I went to law is your perceptions have to be very clear and ascertain the fact before believing it. That was a strong point in my mind, that you just see and you believe, you just hear and you believe, don't do that, which I tell everybody here also and everywhere, that to reach to truth, you need to work hard. Truth doesn't come just by seeing or by hearing. So this had a strong impression in me. And I used to go even to the courts to hear the interrogations and all that. It was an interesting journey at that time. So I went there. But yoga was very much in my background. So for my health, I came to the institute because my breathing was getting disturbed. I was getting asthma. And so I came to the institute. And once I learned the real yoga, that is philosophy and psychology, that was very clear that I should be in this field. So I came into this field. Yeah.
Hansaji, I believe your father-in-law, Shri Yogendraji, is known for pioneering modern yoga. So when you first came to know that he's going to be your father-in-law, what was your first reaction and thought about it?
He was very happy that his son was not getting married. He was like a recluse personality, Dr. Jaydev, totally recluse. And he was only कहते हैं ना Shravan Kumar Bhakta of parents, father and mother, his responsibility, and he has to take care of him. So when he heard that I am getting married to him and he approved of him and he wanted, we both decided together, he was very happy. And he said, very fine now, you in our family and you for the Yoga Institute, would be a great thing, he thought, because he could see that I have certain traits which he felt his son didn't have. And so he was very happy about it. Yeah.
So, Hansaji, since you are also focusing on, life coach, you are a life coach of a sort. Uh, I want to ask you a question that, people get upset very easily. Usually, it is because of a thwarted conversation that they've had. They've had unmet expectations that they had created in their mind. How can we build ourselves the mental strength to face these situations without slipping into negativity? Because मैंने देखा है कई बारी जब ये अपसेट होते हैं तो हमारे अंदर नेगेटिविटी जागरूकता हो जाती है and we start becoming negative for everything. How can we keep ourselves strong?
देखिए, इसके लिए एजुकेशन की जरूरत है. इसके लिए you have to change your perception in life. You have to reset your life. You have to understand that your angle of looking at anything is your angle, but there are some other people who have different angle of looking at it. Somebody, when he behaves rudely, you get upset. Very fine. That is natural phenomenon. But somebody will say that he was rude because he doesn't know how to behave lovingly. He doesn't have love in him, or he wants to hurt you. Why should you get hurt? There is another way of looking at it. So when you start educating yourself and start seeing things from various angles, slowly you develop another angle of view. You become little wide, and you understand that you have no control over the external world. I always say that to get hurt or not to get hurt is your choice. Your choice. You don't have to get hurt on this. Someone is rude, it's fine, it's his choice. You not getting hurt is your choice, because if you get hurt, you suffer. Your blood pressure goes up, your pulse goes fast, you develop sicknesses in your personality. It's you who is responsible for your life, not somebody else. And so once you understand this and start implementing this into life now, people then definitely will not get into stress. It's an education. My father-in-law used to say that yoga is an education. Person has to learn how to think, how to feel, how to behave. You have to learn everything. You have to educate yourself. We are not born with knowledge. We have to gain all the knowledge in life. And I can see that it's only because of ignorance that people suffer. Otherwise, there is nothing like suffering in the world. You can enjoy every moment.
Yeah. That's a very powerful statement, Hansaji, that you can enjoy every moment and you don't have to suffer. It's a choice that you have.
Yes.
Hansaji, you have spoken about perception and you've used this word for the same time. Now, one is when people have perception about you or you have perception that you're creating for everyone else. But then there is also a perception that you have about your own self. And then there is something that I, call it perception of perceptions, perception, which is I have about what people think of me. And, ये आपको या तो ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट बना देती है या फिर आपको इतना अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट बना देती है कि आपकी लाइफ अफेक्टेड हो जाती है both ways. And this affects your relationships. How can one manage perceptions about ourselves?
You see, one thing is very clear, Kim, that all the perceptions also are not permanent. They are going to change. What I perceive in my childhood and now and later, it's all different. The way in which I look at life is different. I read certain books like Yoga Sutra when I was 20-year-old. Then I understood it in a one way. I read Bhagavad Gita when I was in school from 6th standard onward, because I was in Gandhian principal school. We used to sing Bhagavad Gita and spin. That was my school. So fine. But then later on, my entire approach to Yoga Sutra changed. And when I was in my 30s, it was totally changed. So all these are going to change. That is one thing. And right now, how I look into my life is whether my looking at situation is bringing joy in me, positivity in me. Is it going to help me to progress in life or no? That is the checkpoint. And I should see that if it is not so much good for me, it's not making me more creative, more enthusiastic, more positive, then I should not think like that. It is my choice to think that way or not think that way. So somewhere I'll have to slowly get into this. Not suffering is a decision we have to take in life. It is very easy to get hurt, very easy to suffer, very easy to see life from somebody's angle. Somebody doesn't know who you are. He is looking at the world according to what he wants to look into the world. Philosophy of yoga says that everybody is seeing the world according to what they are, what they want to see, what they want to see. If they want to see bad thing in you, they will see that only. You have certain other things also, but that they will not see. So looking at others, their opinions should not mind at all to me. But what they say, listen. वो कहते हैं ना कि listen to everybody. Don't react and reject everybody's idea. No, because you should grow. You should become more, holistic in life. There is I tell you, there is a very famous example of President Roosevelt. I remember this. President Roosevelt, after he won his election, first day he was in his office. No sooner he sat, his wife was with him that day. And no sooner he took his seat, opposition party people came and they rushed from one side. And they, sir, now you are our president, you should make these laws, remove these things which are hurting everybody, and so on and so forth. They had a big list of giving him some advice, telling him that what he should do and what he should not do. Now he's the president, wise man, Roosevelt. But he listens to them very carefully. How right you are, how clear you are, how wonderful, how nice, thank you, all that. He took that paper, what they had written, they went away. They were very happy that he heard. No sooner those people went from another side, his own party people came running to him that, sir, it is our party now, and you have to see that certain things have to be done this way, this way, this. They had their own advice, a long list. There also he said, how right you are, how clever, very correct, wonderful, thank you. He went away. His wife was sitting near him. She says, what are you doing, Baba? Those people, certain things were so opposite. Yet you are telling them how right you are, how wonderful you are. Here also you are telling you what are you doing? So he looks at his wife and says, Madam, you are also very right. Everybody is right now. Where is the problem? Listen to everybody and then sit and decide what's to be done and what not. From worst person also, if you are in a learning state now, you will definitely get some knowledge if it's there. So we should never close our mind, nor label anything as wrong, because nothing is wrong. Everything has its own place in the world. So if we do that, we have to go ahead in life.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, everybody, when they create a perception, they create it from their own understanding, their own knowledge, their own past experiences.
Yes.
And, Hansaji, you spoke about holistic life, and you said that, you, for the first 25 years, you were living a holistic life. And yoga was a part of your life. It was not something that you were making an effort to do. You had grown up with it. And do you believe that yoga helps you in becoming holistic in your perspective? Right from physical health to mental health, emotional health, and you also said that you studied,
yes.
Bhagavad Gita, etc. So does it give you a holistic perspective, including spiritual side?
Very much, very much. Yoga, if you understand the basic definition of yoga, yoga's basic definition is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Complete mastery over mind is yoga. Mind means thought processes, the way in which you think. Complete mastery over that, and that's yoga. Another definition is balanced state of mind is yoga. Third definition is excellence in work is yoga. Fourth definition is learning beyond your sensory perception is yoga. You see much, much more than what your sensory organs show you. And so on. So these are the definition of yoga. People don't understand yoga like this. They understand yoga as physical fitness. So do Surya Namaskar, do this and that, stand on your head and all that, and that is yoga. But no, yoga is to deal with mind more. And body care and wellness is a side effect, byproduct of yoga. Yoga is not structured to treat diseases or to fitness. Yoga is mainly to develop from animals to human and from humans to godlyhood. It's a totally a journey of self-development, self, reaching to the finer state. So that's yoga. So keeping that in mind, if from modern technology, if I try to use the word, yoga has psychology, very deep psychology, how human mind works and how mind is supposed to work. Yoga talks about. Yoga has philosophy. Yoga is a subject of philosophy which tells you what should be the purpose and goal in life. Always learning, always self-development, always keeping purpose in mind and doing your action. That is philosophy. And every action you do, you face the consequences. You are creating your own world. You are the doer and breaker of your mind. That is yoga philosophy. And third is technology. Technology is asanas, pranayams, meditation, kriyas, bandhas, mudras. These are all technology part of yoga. Technology has become very popular all over the world under the name of yoga, but psychology and philosophy is gone. The basic things are not used. But once you use this, it becomes a holistic life. Then it becomes a perfect holistic approach. How you think, how you behave, what type of actions you are doing, what is your state of mind when you are meeting others, when you are doing things, all that is so important in life. I may be highly educated, but if I'm rude, if I think I'm great, then I would be not progressing in life. I would be going down. Ego should never come. So when we have a very holistic approach in life, ego has no place. Rather, you see things as they are. You realize you are just a little speck in the whole world, a little, but you are important, but a little thing. So that you realize, and that keeps you humble, loving,
Absolutely.
caring. That becomes, yes.
And Hansaji, when I look at yoga, I believe that there is a lot of science behind everything being done in yoga. Now,
Yes.
over a period of time, somewhere in between, the way it was being taught to people by a lot of new people who came in, it became a tradition. I mean, nobody would talk of science. They would tell you that ये करो तो ये हो जाएगा, ये करोगे तो ये हो जाएगा. But क्यों होगा, इसके पीछे क्या साइंस है, वो लोगों को समझ नहीं आ रही थी. How can we modernize our approach in communicating what yoga is and what yoga could do so that we could help making yoga a part of everybody's lifestyle?
Well, this is the things. Now, understand, people come to learn yoga for what? Either they want to shed their weight, or they have some sicknesses like blood pressure or diabetes or asthma or ortho problems, pains and aches. So they come to learn yoga. Or psychologically they are into depression or anxiety or schizophrenia. So they come, or they can't get along with others in life. So they find life very difficult to live with somebody and so on. So they'll come to you because they think that yoga will give some solution. They come to me personally, they sit with me to solve their problems and so on. I do lots of counseling because of this. Whole day my job is counseling, giving lectures, of course, but more counseling. So all this is there. So here what happens? First thing what we do is that person would be in a better state only when he is disease free. No sickness should be there in body. We are not meant for suffering and sick. If we are born healthy, we should remain healthy. Unless we are born with certain deficiencies, eyes are not there, or ears, or IQ level is low and low, then I would have to live with that. But otherwise, sickness should not come. Sickness is coming because I'm not living a life properly. Somewhere I'm doing mistakes. So where are you doing mistakes? So here are 4 lines, 4 words which we use. Aha, food, wrong food and food habits. Vihar, rest, recreation, sleep, and exercise. Achar, your routines, when you get up, when you sleep, what you are doing, when and how you are managing with others, achar. And fourth is vichar, how you think, your perception, how you think. You can think this way also, that way, but it matters. Your every thought is an action that matters. So we make people to understand this. And once they start correcting themselves in all these four areas, majority of the problems are settled and they are gone. They come to us after going through all the doctors. Let me tell you, they have done some operations also. They have gone to various doctors also. They have shed lots of money with them. Finally, still they are not healthy. Still there is some problem, so they come. Now yoga has become very popular. It talks about health and wellness and fitness. They use the word that. So now people are joining yoga from that end. But they want only health and wellness, and they think that they will get from doing asanas and physical things. But I always say that don't separate this physical from mind, mental. It goes together. So when you are doing any asana, at that time itself, see what is your state of mind. Where is your mind? Because mind can go anywhere in fraction of a second. So bring your mind back to you. So when you are doing asana, take breath along with it so that your mind is with you. When you take a long breath, your mind is with you. So keep your mind with you and do your asanas. When you are doing your asana, watch what happens in your body, what you are, what your body is. Because every human's body is different. What helps you may not help me. What hurts you may not hurt me. It's very clear. And so I should know what type of body I have. I should know what type of a mind I have. What hurts me, what doesn't hurt me. Know thyself is the first beginning of spirituality. Know yourself. Apne aap ko pehchan. Know yourself. Because you are different than others. And we become sick because we are looking at others and doing things. If he ate 6 chapati, how could I eat only one? I should eat more. So I get sick. For my body, one is enough, maybe half is enough. But then I look at others and live life. Right. That's the whole problem with we humanity. And so we look at others suffer, we get hurt and suffer. Our suffering is, everything is connected to others. Know yourself. That is the thing. And so
that's a very powerful statement that बहुत commonly use करते हैं, लेकिन to understand yourself is a very powerful thing to do. या आप कुछ कहने लगे थे?
इसीलिए even if you do the technique of yoga, asanas, pranayam, your whole attention should be with yourself. Right. Not am I doing it correctly or not, or I display myself and I'm on this and I show, look, I can do this asana well and that asana well. No, that is a circus. You are looking, showing others what you are, making things and trying to do difficult posture to, impress others that how great you are. That's no yoga. Yoga has to do with self. Right. I should be more interiorizing myself, understanding what part I do, which part is getting pulled. I should understand every muscle of my body thoroughly well, my flow of my energy thoroughly well in my body, where I get blocked, what to do to open up the block, I should know. Because life is not in my hands. Suppose I have to sit for long today, or I have to travel too much today. So naturally, one part of my body would be overused, one part would be sluggish and lazy. There would be some swelling in my leg if I'm standing for long. There would be water retention if I've taken more water and not a proper food. All this is part of life. So unless I know myself thoroughly well, I would be suffering. I would be doing mistakes, and so some sickness will come when I'll have to rush to doctor. No need of all this if I know myself well. And so I know that this muscle is compressed today. So that day I would do some asanas for my back to release the tension from my back because I have to sit for long. I'm traveling, so I get release tension from my leg. All these asanas are used to see that my body is perfect, correct. No sickness, no pressure, no toxin in body. So that's why it should be used, not to display it to the world. So somewhere all this has to happen.
Right.
And,
And Hansaji, it's a very important point that you brought up, that you internalize the knowledge about yourself, about your body. You should know all your muscles, etc. Does this also mean that our human body, if we understand it really well, we have the power within ourselves to heal ourselves?
absolutely, absolutely. Because that's where you have touched the right point. Healing is very much within me, very much within me. And that too is possible with a right frame of mind. That's why yoga says that master your mind, because it's very easy when you have a pain to get disturbed, get upset. Yesterday, a lady came from Delhi to meet me, especially in Bombay here. And she says, I'm totally suffering from pain. My back is hurting. My this is hurting. Doctors say I need an operation and this and that and that. I looked at her and I said that your entire personality shows that first of all, you're not sleeping well. Another, you are thinking too much. Mind is just chattering, blah, blah. Looking at somebody, you can understand 80% as it is of what that person is. Because all these years I have been in yoga and in human management. So I pointed out certain things to her and she says, you are absolutely right. So I have changed all these things. And you won't need operation. You will start getting better. Sleep early. Her husband was fit. He used to sleep very well. Exactly at 9:30, latest by 10, we would be in his bed. But this lady would be, husband would say, chalo so jao. But this lady would say, ha ha, and then she would slip out and start watching TV, reading this, doing that, and all the other things, and sleep at 1 o'clock. Now, how do you expect the pain would go away from your body? Your body needs sleep. Sleep is a must, good sleep. And so, keeping all that in mind, I gave her all the instructions, and I'm sure within a month she will tell me that she's okay and fine if she follows these things. And she said she will follow because pain has bothered her too much. And so she will follow. So, this is the whole thing.
Right. And Hansaji, since you spoke about mind, they say that being happy or being joyous is a state of mind. Now, how can someone control their mind so that they can remain happy in that moment?
See, remaining happy should be your nature. A child is always happy. अभी वो गिर गया, if he falls down, he will cry for a minute, but then he will start laughing and giggling. If somebody shouted at him, at that time he is little upset, but then he goes and hugs that person also and he is very happy. He chooses to be happy. Your nature is to be happy, but to be unhappy, you need two people. To be happy, you yourself are alone enough. But to feel unhappy, you need another person. And then unhappiness starts. So somewhere you have to understand that if unhappiness has come, it has come because of either your management with other is wrong, your way of looking at his life is wrong, his, his behavior is bothering you when you should have enjoyed his behavior. Now somebody is shouting at you. Now either you can say, how dare he can shout at me? When I'm so gentle and humble, how could he shout at me? This is one way of looking at life. Another way would be look at him that he is shouting, see his eyes are rolling, see his voice is so stronger, see his face has become red. Look at him, enjoy that sight. Don't get hurt, don't choose to suffer. Do your pranayam number 4, inhalation, exhalation from stomach, so that your mind is calmer and you are not getting affected. All that you will have to do. And otherwise, unknowingly, that pain goes into your system. So somebody shouting, it's insulting. And so you get hurt. And then his shouting also, you can enjoy it. You can tell him also that how nice you looked when you shouted at me. Your face was so nice that you were looking so beautiful. Give this answer to him. and he will realize that his shouting doesn't hurt you. You have to show that you don't get hurt. Let him shout. So let him shout. So this has to happen. Well, anything, but you enjoy that. So bringing joy, you should train your mind. I mean, mind is going to remain joyful if you don't choose to get hurt from others. So to bring joy, you don't have to do anything. But still nowadays I have to tell people, "Hey, Baba, if things are going wrong, you should bring joy." Like one lady came to me, I'm giving you examples. Her husband was going through some rough time in office and all that. So he whenever he would come home, he would just open the bottle and start drinking. And then he would want his food and all that and certain things. And two boys, he had two sons. One was 12-year-old, one was 9-year-old. Both the boys would see father every day drinking and shouting. And mother would shout back that, "What are you teaching your children this? Drinking every day in the house and all that." And there would be enough fight, and both boys are watching. It was a very dirty atmosphere, a very wrong atmosphere. Somehow that lady had started suffering excessive bleeding, polycystic ovaries, and so many other things, pressure fluctuating and all that. So for her treatment, she came to the institute. She told me this is happening. She says, "That way everything but my husband. I'm suffering because of my husband." I said, "Look, you don't blame your husband for your suffering. Number one, that naturally I suffer." So I said, "Look, husband is doing his job. You do your job. What have you done? You told him, no, don't drink, but he still wants to drink. Now leave him. He doesn't want your advice. He is handling his stress and tension his way, which is a wrong way, absolutely bad. He is adding more stress, but he doesn't realize at that time. But you have to do your duty towards your house, your children. Children are suffering, no? So try and bring joy in the house, not negativity and fighting and cursing and blaming. Don't do that. Do some. So come on, you three of you, come on, play together, dance together, learn some dancing lessons together, play yoga games also are there, some focusing, playing and all that. Do that. There are certain games which are very good when the whole family can play together and all that you start. Crack jokes, two jokes everybody should say so that you can listen and laugh. Put some effort. There they have to put some effort to bring joy. And they started doing that. And that man also would be watching, they are playing carom on other side. That boy would jump on other side and play because fourth place was empty. Three of them were there. So the husband came, "I'll play," and he would start playing and bring little positivity came. I told her, "Stop telling him, don't drink, don't drink. You have done enough. Now change. Now your focus should be with your kids." And this is how the whole thing goes. And after 3 months or 4 months, he stopped. Rather, this session became so important for this man that this session became very popular in the family. This is Papa's joke time. And they would look forward for all that. So we have to put some effort when we have created. We expect others to behave according to us. This expectation creates the whole problem. Yoga says, do your duty.
Right.
The concept of dharma, duty, do your part well. You are not here to educate others or change others. You are here to, the first rule, develop yourself to a better level of consciousness.
Right.
Do that.
So, Hansa ji, आपने एक बहुत प्यारी चीज बताई है. I mean, through this story, is that how you can take action to change the environment and bring the change holistically, for everyone.
Correct.
Now, when you look at the business environment, एक top down approach होती है. एक leader है, उसका mental state, उसका perspective defines how everybody is going to be affected, or the perceptions or the environment. How can a business leader create a happy environment despite the challenges of timelines, of deliverables, targets, etc.? वो तो it's a nature of business. But खुशी खुशी कैसे एक happy team बन सकती है?
अभी ये आपने ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि see, we are expecting too much. We have to learn to understand every human is born with his own tendencies, his own nature. Some people are very hardworking, some people are lazy, some people talk a lot, some people play politics, some people are roundabout, all varieties are there. In business group, all such varieties come, same time don't come. Now a boss has to identify who is who very clearly. A lazy man, you are giving the same salary to all four of you, they are in the same department, but they are all different personalities, they are not same. One is hardworking, one wants little fun also and work little bit, 50%. One plays politics, and one remains sick now and then all the time. So all such personalities are in that group, but they are all getting the same salary. So you expect they should be working the same way, but it doesn't happen. And boss gives the target. And so the person who is working hard will do his job, but others will not. Now it is boss's responsibility to see somebody that who is who. You have to give the work accordingly. A lazy man, give him such work where he has to sit at one place and not move around here and there, and the certain things are there with him. Or a political person, he has to give him the details of what everybody is doing or what he has done whole day, and find out how to go about. Every situation is different. But that we have to do, identify and give work accordingly. You see, I give always examples of animals, that I have a donkey with me and horse with me, and I have to go somewhere and I tell both of them, come on, rush, I have to go to station and certain things have to be done. Now, horse will run, but donkey will not. Looking at donkey, I can really get angry that I'm not telling you to run every day. Today, it's an emergency for me to just move ahead, run. But donkey is not going to run. Will move one or two steps and stand there only, make sound, but not create anything. Now, who is at fault? Donkey or me? Because I am expecting a work of horse from donkey. I have not identified donkey as a donkey, that I expect nothing, running work, no. Stand here, I will go, just see, take care, keep the door closed, fine. That much I can give him, but nothing more than that. That also he may not do correctly. But yes, so we will have to be clever enough when it works in a corporate world to identify who is who and give work accordingly. Another thing is time pressure can never create tension. When certain time you have to perform certain things or do certain things, deliver certain things, you will be more focused. Your mind will not go here and there because you have to finish the task. But if time pressure is not given, then that work will not be done even for 2 months because there is no time pressure. Time pressure doesn't hurt. What hurts is tension. काम होगा कि नहीं, whether the work is not done, then what will happen? This will shout, this will happen. That emotions when you bring. Do your work clinically, plan, do it fatafat, there is no problem. But when your emotions, and that to negative emotions, why can't we think positively कि हो जाएगा? और नहीं हुआ तो क्या was to come होगा, we will handle. With full confidence, you should focus on work positively. Instead of that, we always go negative. Nahi hoga again, then we bring tension. And tension creates problem. No tension works, it brings diseases, nothing else. So we have to know how to do the same work with tension or without tension. Same work can be done without tension.
Right.
Very correctly, very nicely. Don't bring tension.
Right. And Hansaji, let me come to a little bit of parenting aspect. You know, everyone has grown up in a certain environment with certain value systems being shared by the family, certain beliefs that you have started accepting as a part of your growth. And then हमें लगता है कि जो हमने सीखा है वही ठीक है क्योंकि हमारे को यही बताया गया था. And then we start bringing up our children with the same beliefs that we have grown up with. But environment has changed, the ways of
True.
living has changed, accepting or accessing information
Yeah.
has changed. So how
Mhm.
can we, better parent the children of today?
Now, this every parent should know that what they believe in, or what is their experience, and they have lived life according to their way. Now situations are different, time is different, children's capacity is different. Now children are much, much more clever. They are more clever. They can see things very clearly. Their exposure to world is much, much larger than what we had. Our life was rotating around parents and few uncles and aunts, that's it. But their life is quite a big. And so keeping all that in mind, your belief should not be imposed on them. Not at all. Rather, induce thinking in them. Always induce thinking in them that whenever they take up any work, they should see it from all angles. They should ask such people who know more about that work, get more knowledge about that situation, and then move ahead in life. Parents are no more guide for their children after the age of 12. Till 12, you guide child how to take bath, how to eat, how to think, how to behave, all that. That's it. That's the time he's in the learning stage from parents. Then though he has his own thinking. He will listen from his parents, his friends more than parents. And if parents impose, parents are in the list of enemies. The first name would be father and then mother and all that. Don't impose your ideas on others. Let them find their own value system, their own beliefs. Only you could discuss. Some people would say earn less, but earn correctly. No cheating, nothing. Some would say, ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं. If you don't do all this, you can never earn only. It would be only from hand to mouth. People have their own idea. We have some. It is not that somebody is wrong or right. It's their beliefs. They will suffer according to their actions. Karma theory is very clear. It says whatever action you do, you face the consequences of your action. So here we have one case when a person was well settled in his job and all that, and then he was given promotion, but he didn't take promotion. He didn't. He felt that his life is doing very well. They have sufficient money to carry on a good life, but he has some time to spend with his parents, to friend grandchildren, and to spend time with his friends, to go out sometimes for a holiday. All that he has sufficient time. Once he takes the promotion, he will not find time for any all these things. So he didn't take promotion. People would say, "What fool you are! Now your subordinates will become your boss." Said, "What difference does it make? I am enjoying." So he didn't take, and his life was very fine. Where is other person? His very good friend. He took promotion. He also got promotion, and he took. Then he was transferred to some other state. He was away from his family. He earned quite a lot more, but then he had heart attack. His diabetes had gone high. He was missing his family. He was quite a lot in hospitals, in some other problem. His life was like that. It is your choice. How do you want? You want more money? I always tell people here that if you give importance to money, only money, then that would be a very big mistake, because you should understand that what money can give you and what money cannot give you. Make a list of what money cannot give you. Money can't give you peace, money can't give you love, money can't give you time, money can't give you health, money can. When you start analyzing all that, then you have some holistic approach. That, well, money is important. Of course, if you don't have money from hand to mouth, you must earn. You should take the proportion. But if you have, if you are comfortable, there is no end to how much you want. There is no end to it. And I notice that when in the house money is little more money, children, they spoil very fast. Children, they are more comfortable. They want to don't walk to certain things. They would take a car and go. They don't want certain. the life becomes very different than hard working life. And if you are not moving your body, not working hard, then it will be a problem. Then we send our children for play hockey, play this, play that, but every child doesn't do that. He would like to have, and that creates the whole problem. So somewhere there has to be some balance. They say that anything excess is like a poison. It doesn't work.
Right. Hansaji, my last question to you before I let you go is, children of today are used to getting everything very easily. I mean, if small
That's it.
things like information also is available on Google, they don't have to go fetch information from other people. To connect with friends, it is as easy as picking up the phone. They're used to getting everything very easily. Now, the moment they come to a point where they see a speed bump, or they do not get things their way, they very easily slip into anxiety, and which probably, in my opinion, is leading them to a larger problem of depression in today's young children. How can that be managed by parents, schools, etc.?
Certain rules and regulations have to be right from childhood. We have to inculcate certain things right from childhood. That at night, whole family should be sitting together and talking out. Or while eating food, no mobile in front of you. The moment you wake up, no mobile, try and focus on your body, see that you evacuate your bowels properly, see that you drink water, see that you clear your mouth, see that you walk. Certain discipline. These disciplines are very important. I know when I was young, my father was hardly very disciplined man. Getting up at 4 o'clock means you have to get up at 4 o'clock, let anything be there. He will just put his hand here and push us up, sit. No sleeping. It was too much at that time. But yes, we were trained like that. So you have to get up early. So much time you have for many other things. Then I learned so many things, dancing and music, education did lots of good, not just other things, but even all other educations I went through a lot. And so on and so forth. So all that is possible and you feel much better in life. Certain disciplines are required. Life is definitely around discipline. Yoga is a path of discipline. And later on, they may not follow this discipline, but somewhere subconscious definitely has this impression in mind. We have to create certain impression in our subconscious mind. Yoga is an education of subconscious. Subconscious means habits. You have to form habits. The moment you wake up, take a long breath, stretch your body. That is habit. You don't have to tell yourself. You will be doing your stretching. You will be taking long breaths. You will be getting up and drinking warm water. It becomes very natural for you. Such habits these children have to form right from that age. Later on, it would be difficult because they would not listen to you. They would do absolutely opposite to what you are doing. But such things. And if they are into a habit of discussion, openly talking out to each other, you are not advising, you are listening and enjoying child's joy, child is enjoying, that would make a great feeling. And he would have somebody to lean upon, somebody to talk when person is going through depression, and so on and so forth. Parents, if they are busy in their own world, that creates the whole problem. See, a child has to be. If there is one joke, no, one girl came and told his father that, Father, I'm going through depression. And father says, you don't have to go anywhere else, sit at the house. Father doesn't even know the way. She goes to mother and tells, Mommy, I'm going through depression. Okay, go, come soon in the evening, don't be too late. They don't even understand. They are busy with their mobile and their things. And then grandmother says that, Baba, whatever you want to do, tell your parents and go. I mean, nobody is interested and the child is going through. Now, if she is going through depression, if parents are there, family is there, friends are there, they would not get into that. That's why I say that good bonding with family. There should be a joint family. If parents are busy, grandparents are there, somebody is there. I very much insist on joint family. I would say friend circle should be there. Person must have some friend circle. Just 2, 3 people with whom you can openly talk and share. And friends should also, and the parents should always be knowing the friends of the child. All this becomes very important, the socializing, which children don't do. They are busy with their own life, their mobile, their contact, and that is very unhealthy and not, it will not take you further. Those relations will not be a good relations, not healthy relations which you have made on WhatsApp. And so we should be careful about all these things.
Hansaji, this conversation has been so beautiful. We've touched upon yourself, we've touched upon yoga, we've touched upon, what business leaders need to do and what parenting of today should mean. And, there are certain takeaways from this conversation for me. What was very beautiful when we were explaining how your legal training and study, along with yoga, brought in the importance of ascertaining a fact before you believe it and consider it to be a truth. That was a very, very important takeaway for me. And उसके बाद आपने एक बात करी थी कि you have to know yourself, अपने आप को जानो, know your body, and that could help you heal whatever is going wrong inside of you. So you don't have to look outwards. It's internalizing and knowing your body. And the last very strong takeaway were the 4 words that you had shared, that ahar, which is the food, vihar, which is taking rest, giving yourself adequate rest, sleep, and third was, achar, which is creating a routine that you follow, and fourth is vichar, which is your thoughts, which is your mental well-being, your mind. So, these were very, very strong takeaways from this conversation. And I think अगर मेरे को अच्छा लगा है, मेरे जैसे बहुत लोग होंगे जिनको इस conversation से बहुत बहुत benefit मिलेगा. So all I can say is gratitude for taking out time and sharing these pearls of wisdom with us.
Thank you. And you were a very good, listener, learner, and bringing out some points from me. It was your, beauty that you did that. So I'm sure people will benefit it and enjoy this whole conversation. Lots of love to you all. Lots of
Thank you so
pleasure
much.
from my side. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much.